Hi guys, Martin here with another roundup of all the latest racing game news straight from the Team VVV website. Yes, it's that time of the month again. Another dollop of DLC has been deployed for Forza 5, once again adding 10 more cars. And as always, most of them are recycled from Forza 4 for you to buy all over again, which has enraged the internet. Indeed, the Mercedes E63 AMG is technically the only new arrival here, but other highlights include the alluring Alfa Romeo Spider, the famous Ferrari Dino 246 and the Toyota GT1. You can find the full list on the Team VVV website using the link below. All in all, it's a pretty diverse package, as is usually the case with these Forza DLC packs, but it's clear that people are now getting fed up with having to keep paying for recycled content, even if the cars are being remodelled with extra detail for Forza 5. In contrast, EA has been uncharacteristically charitable with the release of a free DLC add-on for Need for Speed Rivals. It just so happens to be a rather special Swedish supercar, the Koenigsegg 1-1, which was only just announced at this week's Geneva Motor Show. Only 6 of them exist in real life, and it's claimed to be the fastest road car in the world. Yet, despite such pedigree, Need for Speed Rivals is currently the only game allowing you to take it for a virtual test drive, although I suspect it will appear in Forza later down the line at some point. It's interesting though because exclusive manufacturer releases like this are usually reserved for simulators like Gran Turismo and Forza, but this is the second time we've seen a car debut in Need for Speed Rivals, as we also had the 2015 Ford Mustang a few months back. It's certainly a testament then to Need for Speed's popularity at the moment. But now it's time to get back onto my favourite subject. Yes, it's the ongoing debacle that is Driveclub's never-ending release date rumours. Since its delay last year, the official word on exactly when we'll be able to burn some next-generation rubber has been a tentative early 2014. However, word on the street has since led us to believe that Driveclub could be rolling off the assembly line anywhere from February to June. But now the Driveclub rumour mill is back in full swing, with news that its release could now be just around the corner. A user on PS Nation claims to have seen an official tweet suggesting that the 9th of April is the date we've all been waiting for. It was swiftly taken down, but this sneaky screen grab reveals the alleged tweet. The 9th of April certainly seems like the most likely date yet. Being released on a Wednesday will make it April's free PSN game to PlayStation Plus users, and it still just about falls under Sony's statement of early 2014. Chances are though all will be revealed at next week's GDC, where we're expecting to see the announcement of Sony's VR headset, which Driveclub will support. We've known for quite some time now that the controversial pedestrian splattering simulator Carmageddon is making a belated comeback sometime this year. But we're pleased to say we now finally have a firm release date for Carmageddon Reincarnation. Get ready to mow down pedestrians like it's 1997 all over again, on March 27th. As with many PC games at the moment, it's getting the Steam Early Access treatment, but anyone who supported the Kickstarter campaign will get access 2 weeks earlier. Now, Saintless Games seem to be keeping any other details closely under wraps for now, but you can watch a pre-alpha gameplay video showing off the damage modelling in all its glory, as well as a brief glimpse at some gratuitous gore in the link below. Assetto Corsa has received its latest fortnightly update. By far the most significant addition was the release of the Nurburgring Grand Prix circuit, which they claim to be the most accurate to date thanks to their laser scanning technology. It also added some variations to the F1 inspired Lotus T125 single seater, as well as a host of fixes and tweaks, which you can read in full in the link below. Now, you may have noticed that the cars featured in Assetto Corsa have been of the European variety so far. It's largely down to the location of the developer studio in Italy and budget restrictions, but that's now about to change. Apparently a large chunk of Assetto Corsa's early access sales have been from the US, so as a thank you to its American audience, Corvette will now be featured in the game as part of a new licensing agreement. The brand new C7 Stingray will be added for free, along with its racing equivalent, the C7.R, which will be included as part of Assetto Corsa's first paid-for DLC package, along with 9 other cars and the fully laser-scanned Nurburgring. Over on iRacing, the previously announced BMW Z4 GT3 and the Circuit of the Americas track are nearing completion, with a release now set for April. No exact date on these yet, unfortunately, but the release screenshots show how they're shaping up. You can view more of these on the site, along with details on how to get a 3-month iRacing subscription for the price of one, exclusively with Team BVV. Elsewhere, if there's one feature that's been sorely missing in Race Room experience, it's online multiplayer. Thankfully though, that's exactly what we're getting, as revealed by an off-screen developer video showing an online touring car race. Only 12 cars were seen on screen, but up to 24 car races are promised. Time of day transitions are also previewed, but sadly no word yet on when we can expect these features. More news now on Milestone's MXGP Motocross game, and this time we finally get to see how the Vita version is holding up. I've had a Vita for 2 years now, and it's sad to see that racing games are still in very short supply. Need for Speed Most Wanted still stands as the most technically accomplished Vita racing experience to date, but it's Milestone who have consistently churned out regular racing releases compared to other developers who stopped supporting the platform. Of course, you can understand it really from a developer point of view. The Vita isn't exactly a lucrative money-making platform to sell your game on, which is a shame really, as it's a very capable piece of kit indeed. Nevertheless, MXGP is coming out on Vita, just as MotoGP and WRC did, only this time it won't be a direct port. Instead, MXGP is being developed simultaneously alongside the console games, just as Need for Speed Most Wanted was, making it one of very few dedicated racing games for the Vita. As a result, we can expect the same lighting, physics and dual stick controls as seen in the console game, but there will still of course be some compromises. The graphical detail has been understandably reduced. There will also be 10 riders on the screen as opposed to 16, but perhaps the most glaring difference is the lack of terrain deformation, which is a shame, as this is one of the standout features of the main game that will probably make it more challenging and authentic. Still, it's always good to see another Vita racing release, which I'm sure we'll cover on release. With Top Gear currently on our screens, there's no better time really for the release of a new shameless licensed cash-in game. Predictably, it's another one of those pointless, endless runner mobile games, and in my eyes it bears almost no resemblance to the show whatsoever. Rather than race around the test track, you jump over parked cars and collect gold nuts. It does at least feature some of the Top Gear's classic creations though, such as Jeremy's Fiat Coupe police car, and of course the indestructible pickup. Finally, here's a blast from the past for you. Does anyone remember Cell Damage on the original Xbox, PS2 and GameCube? Well, if so, we have good news for you, because it's getting an HD re-release on PS4, PS3 and PlayStation Vita as a digital download. It's scheduled for release in April, and it's being developed by a newly formed indie studio called Finish Line. It will feature all of the hallmarks of the original, so you'll get cartoony cel-shaded graphics, outlandish vehicles, and of course chaotic vehicular combat with over 30 over-the-top weapons. Cross-buy is also confirmed, so you'll get access to every platform release with just one purchase, and the PS4 version will even have something called split-screen multiplayer. Remember those days? That's it for now though, but I'll be back next time with another roundup. As always, visit teambvv.com for all the latest racing game news, and you can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.